Your ma smells a Bodo. Well, it still says waiting.
Don't worry.
2 waiting? That's daft. I've got people waiting. Your ma smells a Bodo.
Okay.
Well, it still says not yet. Not yet. 2 waiting. Wait a
We'll
bit.
start for the formation lap.
Okay, formation lap. Formation lap? Okay, that's fine.
Are we gonna do it now?
Yeah, you can. If it's a formation lap.
Yeah, you can go.
Right.
You can go. Formation lap starts now.
Yeah, we are a bit late. Where? Oh, Crocs is not here. The home man is not here. He qualified P3. And then Vel.
Are we?
Yeah. Right, it is 48 laps. That is 48 laps is 1 hour and 15 minutes.
Okay, that's perfect. The everything seems to be working. It is. Ladies and gentlemen, hello. It seems a bit weird. I'm streaming on my YouTube channel, but this is a one-time thing. I'm commentating for, well, as you can see, for the WSC. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the first ever season. It's the first ever race. It's round 1. It's season 1. And it's the 75 minutes of Kyalami in the World Sportscar Championship. So we're on the formation lap. And, this is odd. Concurrent viewers, too. Oh, this is amazing. I should probably change the thumbnail, though. But I'll do that later.
Okay, they're coming around down the hill into second.
Alright, so here's just a quick... hello, it's me, Keen GP. I'm here with some other people who are head into the race, because it's a long one. Here's a quick view of the starting lineup. In last, it's the 98 Rapids Corsa of Drifting Flames, followed by the 67 Zen Motorsports of Zenlium. Then the top 5, the 777 Odyssey GP of Real the Real, and then the number 28 Starter Energy of Carpros. Then the number 2 Vertigo Alps Porsche of Volt, the 80 Red Bull Rebellion of Chase Elliott, the 15 Blaze Racing of the Mandela Effect, the 888 NBGX Dimension Motorsports of Solstay, and the 22 Vertigo Alps Porsche of I Keep Getting. This is the top 3. 88 Lunario Factory Racing of Crocs Enthusiast, the 701 Zen Motorsports of Techno Player, and on pole position, the 51 Lunario Factory Racing of Gosha. It should be a very exciting 75 minutes of action. It's a new golden era, I feel like I could say, for endurance racing in Roblox racing.
Where's Techno?
We've already got the big leagues. We've already got the big leagues like IMRP and RSCA, but now it's a new dawn. It is Kyalami. It is round 1. It is season 1. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the World Sportscar Championship, WSC, from out the international circuit, the Kyalami. I'm Kian GP. Alongside me today is Hera Foxy to give you all the action. Commentary-wise, Mr. Goose, Paradox and Chad to help organise the whole thing. Normally it's going to be live on the World Sportscar Championship YouTube channel, so don't forget to subscribe to that channel for all the lives. But today it's from out the Key and GP YouTube channel. A bit different, but pretty cool nonetheless.
Okay. Then Volt can move up here.
No. Everybody move up 1 slot. Up the grid.
Yeah, everyone move up 1 slot. So you go, yeah, that's fine. Then Dark.
That's the race directors for you. Crowd, they're here to help, actually control the race. So,
okay.
If there is an issue, you're probably going to hear their voices
The
quite a
back of the
bit.
grid ain't ready yet.
Right.
Is this a laps? Is it going to be laps or is it going to be a timer? Timer, right?
Right, time, yeah. Andy's joined us. Both of them, okay, continue moving up.
Right. So, it's a big day. 3
Okay,
big,
corner limit.
officially, for the first time in a while, 3 big endurance racing championships in Roblox racing. It's a new golden era for endurance racing. It's a great time to be alive if you love the long-form racing. And it's one of the shorter races this season. It's only 75 minutes. Remember, in a few rounds' time, you've got a 2.5-hour Le Mans race. Stay forward for that. That's going to be the big one. But for now, it's a new dawn. It's 75 minutes. It's Kyalami and Goshen Technoplayer for Lunario Factory Racing and Zen Motorsports are going to start at the front row of the first World Sportscar Championship event.
Are we all ready
Yeah,
to
I'm
go?
just pushing the CC limits and
We are, I think, ready to go. On your right, Techno in the black and green Zen Motorsports. Fanta is that Gosha on pole? Yeah, right?
Yeah, he's
Yeah, that's Gosha. Crocs Enthusiast in 3rd. I keep getting in 4th. The gaps were pretty big in qualifying, but will they be bigger in the race? Or will it be quite a closely contested 75 minutes of bloodthirsty, exciting action? There's the onboard of the Lunario Motorsports or Lunario Factory Racing. It's just waiting.
Should Kian
It's
be
waiting.
another PC whilst so the drivers will not get distracted. And then
Yeah, maybe that's a good idea.
Yeah, you and Kian move to another VC. That's fine.
Wait, can Harry? Harry. Okay, but Paradox. Then you'll have to help me in commentary.
Yeah, I could.
Yeah, that's fine. Alright, go on. Drag him into admin VC.
Alright. Is the stream still going? That's my only question.
It should be.
Because I don't know if it changed anything. Can you share screen? It's weird. It's weird streaming on my end, but then not really knowing what's going on and relying on someone else. Okay. Please, share screen, please. No, it's not. I don't. No? Are we cooked? Hera, can you please make sure that the race doesn't start until we're ready?
Yeah. I can try.
Because I'm not just gonna yap about needing a share screen just for us to be like 5 minutes into this one. There we go. Yeah, that works. We are back. Well, I am back in the commentary box alongside Hera Foxy and our producer Paradox to give you all the entertainment from Kyalami, an iconic circuit. In a championship that travels the globe, Africa, Europe, Asia, the Americas, everything, whatever you want, we've got it. Close it for now. I'll tell you if I want it. So, for anyone wondering, this is the first of 9 rounds. 9 rounds at CSGO to Africa. Of course, we're in Africa right now. Then a huge tour round Europe before going to Japan in Asia, and then ending in Cordoba, Argentina in South America.
we have one more car coming around the final corner, Crocs, and we should be ready to go. And we certainly apologize for the 20-minute delay that has been this race so far. But we will get things underway now as the last car is now finally landing up on the grid, as we have Bell starting from the pit lane as he didn't qualify for both quali nor hyperpole. We have Crocs at the back of the grid, Fanta starting from pole, Techno second, and we now...
Fanta's Gosha, by the way. For anyone wondering how this league kind of works, scheduling-wise, well, sure, I'm probably going to be explaining it during the stream, but if you're interested right now, go to rowracing.com and find the World Sports Car Championship, WSC, click on it, and it gives you an invite to their Discord server where you can find out in media and calendar. And with all that said, I'm sure we're ready. Gosha from the pole in that beautiful Lunario Factory Racing. The green stripes on the black, Zen Motorsport in second. The blue, white and pink, Lunario Factory Racing 88 of Crocs Enthusiast. And then in fourth, the 22 Vertigo Alps Porsche. Watch the lights. A new golden era of endurance racing. It doesn't get much better than this or much longer than this. World Sportscar Championship is underway in Kyalami. Bad start from Goshen. He gets jumped by Techno and Crocs Enthusiast. They're side by side down the hill into turn 2. But I think it's going to be Techno just getting ahead here. Who's going to get the whole shot? A big mistake from Techno. Multiple cars going wide. And it's going to be Crocs Enthusiast in the 88 Lunario leading this race through the corners past the row racing boards. And Techno is still there with him. That was a terrible start from Gosha Hera. And now he's battling with, I think, Solstay to... No! I think he's actually battling with Zenlium for third.
Yeah, this was a very exciting start. Vel just got out of the pit lane. Has a bit of its own schedule, as we've got one of the Vertigo Alps fighting for the lead of the race against Gosha, as we have two Zen cars in P3 and P4, as they now head down towards the hairpin, as Gosha barely keeps it.
Oh, yeah.
Vertigo goes a little bit wide there, but remember, this is a long race, hour and a half. And just like with any endurance racing, anything can happen within like 15 or 20 minutes. So we're going to have a long race ahead of us. It's just about the consistency.
Oh, and that is Crocs Enthusiast. Actually, the battle between the Lunarios for the lead has prematurely ended. Gosha takes back the lead. And Crocs Enthusiast, he just went off there. 75 minutes of racing. And the first lap of Surely Many is over in round 1 of the World Sports Car Championship. It's Gosha leading and Crocs Enthusiast in second. Man, oh man, that was close. Oh no, sorry, not Crocs. Actually, wait. There's a bit of confusion. Sorry, it was actually I Keep Getting who was in that battle, but he's losing. A lot of time. I've got no words. It keeps going off here. Inside out. But now, the actual... there were a huge mistake. But the actual Lunario 88 of Crocs Enthusiast is here battling for... Is that a second? With Techno? I think so. But I Keep Getting is crucially sticking ahead.
Yeah, it should be, yeah. As the Vertigo, who went from second fighting Gosha, he's now gone back to third.
And Gosha is just running away with it.
He's running away so far, but it's all about that race consistency. You can't run qualifying laps 24/7. It's a race, not a sprint, as Techno goes a little bit wide there on the exit. As right now their sector splits are fairly similar. Gosha going a little bit faster than Techno, but we just shall see how this race will now fully span out, as we now are going to end lap number 2. as Gush the leads from Techno, followed by one of the vertical Alp cars.
Oh, what's happened to Crocs Enthusiast? He's losing place after place. It seems like the gaps are so big already, yet they're all just losing places like that. Currently looking at, that is the... Who is that, actually, that we were just looking at? Yeah, this guy. That's Ghost Ark? Is that? Because I've only got the qualifying results on screen. Gosha leads by 3.5 seconds already. We're watching this battle. Already the cars so split away already. This is expected though. It's an endurance, not a sprint.
This is
and
Gosha is so far still running away with it.
I find it funny.
Fastest lap time is you go.
I just kind of find it funny how Gosha's name was Fanta Drink Laval. Spin in the back for, I think that was Real the Real. Was it?
Must have been, yeah.
Because
No, you have.
we just saw a big spin there in the battle with, I believe it was Carl Proz, but I'm not sure. It was a battle kind of further back, and he just lost control and spun the rear. Of course, these are GT cars. You can't push them 100%. They're not F1 cars. If you push it through a corner, you're probably going to lose balance, lose quite a bit of grip. I'm sure Herafoxy knows a lot more about that.
Yeah, I do a little bit know about that. You can't push in a qualifying situation. Yeah, you can push 24/7, and also Crocs right now is the home driver, and he's like P5 right now. I was told to mention that, but I do know something about when it comes to pushing a car to its limits. A F1 car, you can easily push it, cause equally on both race situations. But a GT car, you have to tame the GT car. GT cars are a whole different breed. You don't have as much rotation or downforce, so you're really gonna have to tame it. But as I can see so far, people like Techno and Gosha have managed to do that. But with GT cars, it's like racing in the rain. Everybody is equal in one way or another, as Techno is getting actually caught up by the vertical Alps car, as it's gonna be for P2.
Now this is gonna, yeah, and it's between Techno and I Keep Getting. So I Keep Getting, who we confused for Crocs Enthusiast at the start, our apologies there, is now about to get up to Techno. This is going to be the battle for second. This is going to be a crucial battle for this potential race. Wide he goes. And off he goes. That's going to be a lot of time lost. Oh no, and off again into the gravel trap. But crucially, I don't think Techno's pushing that hard, because I Keep Getting, he's making constantly mistakes going off. This isn't the first time he's done that. At the start, he made those mistakes quite a bit as well. Yeah. And crucially, he's just catching up to Techno like it's nothing. Off goes Techno. They're all struggling here. It's like they're driving their track for the first time. They've had practice, they've had qualifying, and still they're making mistakes. Pushing way too hard at these two drivers. And now, I Keep Getting is going to send it down the inside of Techno. They both go off. I Keep Getting spins into the wall.
And that is what happens when you push too hard and you're not patient with the car.
What is it? This is a 75-minute race, remember, not a 5-lapper.
Yeah, that's what happens when you push too hard an endurance race like this. It's all about patience and waiting for that opportunity. And I keep telling to a lot of drivers that I've engineered for, that I've told them many times that don't try to chase the race. Let the race come to you. And what I feel like Techno is doing, that he's waiting for the race to come to him. Because remember, we have fuel. So I feel like Techno is doing a lot more lifting and coasting to have more fuel than Gosha when it comes to pit strategy. So it will be interesting how that will now span out for the entirety of this race, as Gosha is still pulling a massive gap on Gosha. The more he pushes, the more he's viable to mistakes. So it's only a matter of time when he slips up.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay. Right. Well, what a race already. It's
what a race
looking
is so far.
to be.
Yeah, we have now settled down a little bit. Not much really happening, but as it is with any endurance race, it's only a matter of time as the Vertigo Alps Roblox PC has started to catch up to the back markers. It seems like we're about to get lapped. Actually, no, he is 5th right now. So from that spin, he's now fallen down the 5th. So my apologies, those are not lapped cars. That's just anything from 4th to upwards. As the gap now between Techno and Gosha is 7 seconds.
Right. So, do they? Quick question, because I think everyone's new to this. And Hera, you'll know.
Yeah.
Do they do? Because so obviously they do pit stops, but do they do driver swaps as well?
Depending if it's like a really long race, yeah, they can do driver swaps. But it's, if I remember, we did test it in like development. It's still a little bit janky, but driver swaps should be possible. But as of right now, it's a 1.5 hour long race, so I don't think there's that much need for driver swaps because anybody would be able to do a 1.5 hour race.
Okay, I'm going to be back in just a moment. Hera, yap or something.
Alright, I'll try. As here we have Roblox PC chasing down the 5th, as Gosha, as you can see, is still leading the race. They are still wonderfully leading this race. And nothing can really stop this man. He's on a mission, 8 seconds now, Jesus Christ. As Techno, I've raced against Techno, F1R, and all I can say is Techno is a very fast driver. You shouldn't underestimate this man. Techno in his F1R prime was the equivalent of like Max Verstappen. He was like unstoppable. But as it's now a different car, these are no longer Formula 1 cars as it used to. These are now GT3 cars. So this is a bit of a new challenge and maybe a little bit of a struggle too for Techno, as he's not really catching up. And I still want to die on a hill by that theory that Techno is just simply saving fuel and waiting to catch up later.
He probably is though, but Crocs enthusiast losing a position potentially to I keep getting the Lunario Motorsports car. Lunario Factory Racing, sorry. He's done pretty decently. He's the home driver and he's just driving solidly here.
Yeah, he is, as making a little bit of a mistake there again. I do not know if I keep getting is just struggling on pure racecraft, pushing the car a little bit too hard, but
big
he
slide.
is drifting!
And this is at the second to last corner, I believe. Oh no, third to last corner.
That was almost the same mistake as he made whilst trying to pass Techno. He needs to avoid doing that.
He's always making those mistakes. Slide out of turn 16 as well. Just over an hour left in this race. It's an endurance race, remember? So, really, he needs to just stay solid. He can't be... I can't keep making these mistakes. I can't tell if Croc's Enthusiast is pushing, or if I keep getting just isn't pushing and still making these mistakes.
It
I
probably
really
is
can't tell.
both. Yeah, but it has to be both because I've never seen anybody drive like this. It's just there is
Oh, he goes wide.
something just
Wide through
going
turn
on.
6.
Yeah.
I keep getting is always going wide through turn 6, by the way.
Yeah, and yeah, we
Oh,
do
and he
have
goes wide
CCs
again.
there. Yeah, remember
And
they
now
are
this is the
CC
moment
limits.
where he could potentially get through on the Lineario Factory racing car of
Here we
Croc's
go.
Enthusiast. Past the home hero, maybe? Let's find out, but with over an hour left in this race, he does not need to be pushing this hard, this early. He is, though, and now, through past turn 11, down the hill we go. Croc's Enthusiast still sticking ahead, but through the fast-paced turn 12 into turn 13, where I keep getting was spinning out last time. This time he only goes wide. Not much better though, and he still has to stick behind Croc's Enthusiast. The home hero with the fans on his side is somehow sticking to that position. P4, I believe it is. Wide they both go out of the final turn though.
Yeah, it is once again. Went a little bit wide there. He must be pushing right now, and I think he's struggling to get past Crocs, the home hero. But as we're now coming up on the first lapped car of Vel and Ghost,
Ooh, that's... Yep.
this could maybe shuffle the situation.
Oh, and a big moment into the wall, and that is a big crash. And that's what we were saying. Don't push too hard, because now into turn 4, I keep getting in the 22 Vertigo Alps Porsche has just spun round and hit the wall straight on.
And here comes his teammate Volt now. Let's see if he can make a pass on his teammate, because I don't think he needs any sort of team orders as of now. We have an hour left in this race and it's already spiced up to be a very exciting one, as nothing is really happening in the lead right now. It's still 5.5. Techno's managing to keep good pace on the leader of Gosha, as I feel like they've started to put identical lap times, as Techno is actually lapping a 10 faster than Gosha, as the Vel, the Indian car, has hit the barrier. And here comes Vol, the other Vertical Alps, on his teammate. Now let's see how this will span out. Who has more patience? Which Vertical Alps car has more patience when it comes to being an endurance race? Will it be I keep getting, or will it be Vol?
Looking at what's happening right now, I think Volt, because he's stayed out of trouble. He started in P8, but now the other Vertigo Alps is about to get past his teammate for 4th, whilst his teammate, who did start in 4th, was pushing way too hard and has crashed twice. So, I mean, he's got the pace to win the race, but not the consistency, clearly. And when it's such a long race, you really don't need to be pushing like he is, sliding the whole time. Surely it's going to be Volt just waiting for his moment to get past his teammate and make that Vertigo Alps Porsche switch.
Yeah, but right now I keep getting is pushing a little bit of a gap, but remember, it's I keep getting. He could make a mistake, but Walt probably wants to keep up, as we still have Gosha, 5.0 between Gosha and Techno now.
Oh, and I keep getting is just spun round.
There we go. There we go. He's now around.
Just saw him for a moment there. Volt's gotten past. So it's a Porsche, it's a Vertigo Alps switch, but that's not the way I keep getting will have wanted to do that. He's just spun around. He keeps making those mistakes. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
But now he's going to actually have to push. If he wants to win this race, it's push now.
It's pretty much push now, but I feel like I keep getting has to calm his nerves, because if he keeps making silly mistakes like that, at this point he might as well be at the back of the grid. And we have Vol, who's managed to keep it out of trouble, has managed to keep it consistent, as I don't think he's really pushing, and he kind of knows his place that he's not going to be fighting for the lead, as he's now P5, only 31 seconds behind P1, but that is very decent from him, as ahead of him he just has nothing but clear track now. So I feel like for the next hour he just needs to keep it calm, as the gap between Gosha and Techno has gone down to 4.2, so it looks like that fuel gaming that Techno has done seems to be paying off now.
So this race is surprisingly close. Techno is now gaining time. The gap was nearly 6 seconds. Now it's 4.2. So could we see a battle for the lead in the coming 10-15 minutes?
I wouldn't
Quite
be
possible.
surprised if we do. It wouldn't be surprised if we do, and maybe at the pit stops as well, because if you have more fuel on your pit now, you're gonna spend less time in the pits. As here comes Gosha into the pit lane, actually talking about the devil, as the pit strategy is gonna start playing now.
That's an early stop.
That is an early stop, yeah. Gosha jumps in and out, as I think people forgot to tell him to click that button to box. As here he comes out of the pit lane, back into the race.
So
still in P2.
9 seconds behind. So that was a quick stop from Gosha there. 9 seconds behind Techno now. So he's only lost about, I'd say, 15 seconds, not even in that pit lane.
But it's gonna be a little bit more, because that was when he was coming out of the pit lane. So now we have Techno in the lead, as Techno is now coming towards the end of Sector 2, or at the end of Sector 1 now. And we have Techno in the lead, and I wouldn't be surprised if Techno responds to Gosha's pit stop, but he might as well stay out a few more laps, as he was catching Gosha. So he might as well stay out a little bit more, as Techno's car slides out a little bit. As the CCs are right now, and I will now report on this, Crocs 9 CCs, Gosha 2, Green 12, Roblox, I need 12, and I keep getting has 35, Techno 13, Vault 12, and Powering Obstruction 20, and Vel has 13.
And quickly for the viewers, how many do you need for a penalty?
So here is what it's all about. So for a drive-through, you need to have 85 cc's. For a drive-through penalty, you need to have 120 and 150 for a 10-second stop and go. So we are very lenient with the cc's. They might decrease depending how many cc's people get per race, but as of now we are very lenient with it.
Oh, and a big spin, and this is a synchronized dance from two of the drivers. That's the rapid Sportscar, I think.
Yeah, it's the BMW that has spun.
And that's a big moment. It seems like he was in a battle with another driver, and then they kind of came together a bit. That's Eli Ray.
As the gap between Gosha and Techno has gone down to 10 seconds, I feel like Techno needs to respond very soon to that strategy box by Gosha. And Green is about 4 seconds away from Gosha. Let's see if he can also try to get himself into the mix for the fight for the lead. But as it seems like right now, both of the Zen cars are on the back foot, as Gosha is taking the advantage of the race strategy.
And normally, what's the pit stop? Not time. What's about the length of a stint looking like here?
So it should be about the strat. So wait, what was that? Can you repeat the question?
What I'm just quickly looking. See, Techno stays out. Okay, so this is going to be very interesting strategically wise. But Hera, what does the length of a stint currently look like?
So the current length of a stint should be 10 to 20 laps of nothing but pure gas. So we've tested these tires over and over again, and the last time I checked, we couldn't make it to about lap 20 or 25 on these set of hards. So I feel like Techno is using all those hards and the fuel he has, and then he's gonna box, as Gosha is still playing the chasing game. It's like a game of cat and mouse. Techno is being chased by Gosha, but the more Gosha pushes, the most likely he might make a mistake.
Down at pit lane, meanwhile, I keep getting in the Vertigo Alps Porsche is in the pit lane. Pretty long stop here.
Yep, we have to see how this goes as he exits now.
How long was that stop?
It was about 30 to 25 seconds, maybe an average Formula 1 stop plus fuel, so somewhere 35 to 30 seconds.
Well, Gosha, like he said, playing the chasing game, but he's doing it pretty well. Of course, Techno was kind of just being careful with his fuel. Remember, though, there's a championship on the line. It's not just one race, it's 9 rounds. So, Techno doesn't have to necessarily win. He can just get podiums and get good performances and hope that that will kind of just show in the championship.
Yeah,
and
basically pull off what Raikkonen did in 07.
Yeah, pretty much be consistent all year, not go crazy for wins. But who knows? Techno will probably want to snatch a win or two. It's a long season. And especially when you're up against Gosha, who time and time again over the course of history has proven that he can be pretty speedy behind a wheel.
Yeah, knowing Techno, he certainly does want to go for wins. I've never seen Techno do a winless season where he's at least not once won or at least gotten a podium. So we just have to see how it goes, as I might have a little tingling feeling that Techno either pits this lap or within the next 2 laps, because I know he can't now afford to put those tires on the limit forever, as I feel like he's slowly but surely starting to struggle for grip as Gosha is closing in, and I feel like Techno has to make that call soon, as Gosha is creeping in closer and closer to that Audi.
So currently Gosha in the Aston Martin, heading past a lapped car. Where's Techno? Let's have a look at Techno.
Techno.
He's down the road.
He's just down the road, finishing turn 1, as it's 5 seconds now. He's losing an average of, what was that, 3 seconds a lap, or 2 seconds a lap. So
not
it's
bad.
not really looking good for yeah, but still, in an endurance
not bad,
race.
but it's not good.
Yeah.
Well, strategy-wise, it's looking really close. By the way, for the viewers who don't know, it's pretty much looking like Lunario Factory Racing, Vertigo Alps Porsche, and Zen Motorsports are probably going to be the teams to beat this season. I don't see, with currently how it's looking, the AAA NVG X Dimension Motorsports competing, at least for a championship at the moment. Same with Odyssey, Starter Energy. They're not Red Bull Rebellion. They're not looking very good compared to Lunario and Zen.
Yeah, they're not looking that fast right now, but these are the drivers. Zen has connections. Zen knew what he was doing when he signed both Green and Techno into the team. 2 OGs from the F1R days. Very speedy boys both. As Green just has a small bad habit of complaining about CCs, but other than that, he's very quick. But Gosha, I have never heard of Gosha's name in any sort of road racing league that I've raced in. So seeing him be this speedy, especially a person against like Techno, I've only beaten Techno on 1 occasion, and that was on F1R's last round in Orchard Road. That was the only time I beat Techno on pure pace alone. But
you're pretty speedy.
Yeah, but this is the second person that I've seen not only be on par with Techno, but kind of whooping his ass right now when it comes to strategy, as he's losing 2 seconds a lap. So I really hope Techno pulls that trigger on the pit stop really soon.
Well, we're nearly half an hour into this race already. It
And
goes by so quickly.
Gosha goes a little bit wide.
Yep. And but with Gosha, I've seen him race in Formula Volt, which you'll probably not have heard of, but
Formula E.
yeah, pretty much. That was my first league as a commentator, and he was quite speedy. He wasn't fighting for wins necessarily, but he was up there. He was fighting for podiums. He was pretty fast,
Yeah.
and I feel like a league like this, an endurance league, perfect for him, especially with the pace he can just consistently have. He's really good on just consistent pace. Not really a one lap pace man, I'd say. He did snatch maybe a pole once or twice, but for the rest, he's more of a consistency man. I see in Techno kind of the same thing as well. But
Yeah.
well, that's what I'm seeing right now.
Yeah, yeah. What I can see in Gosha is that when you mentioned Formula Volt, and Formula Volt is Formula E, so of course Gosha would have more experience in racing in lower grip cars that don't have, let's say, as much as aero, but are still fairly powerful. That's why he's doing so good right now, because Formula E cars are not that far from handling like GT3 cars. It's only that GT3 cars have less downforce than a Formula E car.
Honestly, though, I think a Formula E car probably more difficult because GT3 less aero, less downforce, sure, but you can not slide because then you'll lose grip, but you can wheel it quite easily. There's steering there at high speed.
Yeah.
Whereas with Formula E, you really need to be slow to steer. You need to brake hard, just kind of keep going. Oh no, brake hard to steer, because if you're going like 100... Here, look, there's Gosha going through turn 13.
Yeah.
You'd have to go way slower to hit that corner in a Formula E car.
As Techno is still not pitting, so I do not know what's going on behind Zen's strategy options. Or is this Techno being Techno again? 44 minutes to go. So I feel like Techno is trying to pull off a very risky one-stopper and force Gosha to go for 2 stops as he goes for that 1 stop. Basically try to do what Charles Leclerc... Yeah, basically there's
car
a car
spun round, lapped car there.
Yeah, basically try to do what Charles Leclerc did in 24 Monza, where he did a 1 stop compared to McLaren's 2 stops. So I feel like that's what Techno might try to pull off. Go for that 1 stop and go long, and then force Gosha to do a 2nd stop and force Gosha to repeat this same game of cat and mouse. Force Gosha to catch Techno.
But currently, even if Techno were to do a 1 stop, I think Gosha would be faster on the 2 stop. Let's have a look at Techno again, because I feel like Gosha, because I feel like Gosha is about to take the lead back. This is a battle for the lead. I didn't think we were going to have at this point in the race. I thought it was going to be pit stop, through goes Gosha, because Techno pitted a bit too late, or something like that. Nope, Techno hasn't even pitted yet.
He's not even pitted, that's what I've been saying kind of all race. He has not pitted, but I feel like he might pit maybe soon, as Green has dropped down to 4th. I have no clue if he has pitted. Okay. So...
and what's happened here? Big slide from Techno, through goes Gosha to the lead. And it's the Lunario Factory Racing 51 of Gosha, who leads again at Kyalami. And
that is exciting days, but Techno
this is why you should pit.
Yeah, Techno has to pull the trigger now. He has to box. Because if he doesn't, it's gonna be all done. Because he's gonna get caught up by his teammate soon enough, as Green is now coming to cross the line. The gap is only gonna be about 28 seconds to the leader, so 18 seconds, 28, something like that to Techno. But Techno has to box right now and trying to pull off maybe that 1 stop stint for the next 40 to 42 minutes.
But to be honest, I also feel like if we look at it, the Aston Martins are just overall very quick.
They're very quick.
BMW's struggling here. Corvette's struggling. Acura's struggling. It's really just the Audis and the Aston Martin's kind of pulling away here.
But remember, all these cars have different wheelbases, so some cars are going to be struggling more than others. But then on other tracks, the cars that maybe were weaker this round are going to be better on some of the other tracks.
Yeah, remember,
so it's all about that wheelbase. Yeah.
The hydronics. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's all about the wheelbase. But remember, if Gosha dominates this round, that doesn't mean he might dominate every race, because we do have a few street tracks where only one street track is gonna be like Australia, I don't know, and a few tracks that have less corners but have more straight lines that might benefit the cars with bigger wheelbases, because right now both Aston and the Audi have fairly small wheelbases, but so does the Porsche. But I want to say the Porsche is just a bit of an interesting situation.
Here's Crocs Enthusiast getting past a lapped car, and now he's hunting down the home hero, hunting down Green in the Audi to potentially get a podium at his home circuit, in his home country.
Yeah, it would be very emotional for him to... Okay, not to get a podium in like real life. I mean, it's in a Roblox game. You can't really get emotional in that, but sort of an emotional moment to get a podium in a virtual home race that you are from. So there's kind of a little bit of a pride in that. So let's just see how this goes. If Crocs can truly pass the one, the only Green Ninja Warrior, that'll surely be something. But the gap is still fairly big.
One thing I'm interested to see is, as we've got a yellow flag, Sector 2, is that? Sector 3?
As it's now clear, so it might have been just a spin.
I think so. One thing I'm interested to see, though, of course, Kyalami, quite a grippy circuit, quite a grippy track. You need a lot of downforce, and it seems like the Aston Martins are excelling here right now. A track like Le Mans, we're going to in a few weeks' time. Surely other cars like the Ferrari, the BMW, or just cars with less downforce than the Aston Martin, surely they would probably then be faster.
They should, it should in theory be faster, but it depends. Once again, it's not just about the car, it's about the driver, how a driver drives it. That the car maybe does 20 to 10% of the work, whilst the driver does the rest. So we just really have to see where this goes. But I do think Le Mans will be a strong track for maybe the Porsches and the Audis and the Astons. Well, probably for every car, because there's not that many corners and there's so many straight lines. But I do think it might be an equal field when it comes to Le Mans.
I like the way you said it there, Le Mans. Like
That's how the French people say.
So they just say like Le Mans, like that.
Yeah, Le Mans. Le Mans.
Le Mans. So, whilst we got the time, of course, a lot of people currently that are watching this probably don't really have much a clue about how the World Sportscar Championship really works. Shall I explain a bit?
Well, go ahead and explain a little bit what WSC is all about.
Okay, so it's an endurance series. It's a very exciting one. You could say it's a new golden era for the world sports for endurance racing in Roblox racing, because we've got an issue on Paradox's end. So more time for me to explain. So there's just more and more. It's like more and more endurance racing championships. It's brilliant, and this is one of them. The World Sports Car Championship, GT Endurance series. This is season 1. This is round 1. This first ever race this is its inception. So the calendar is currently looking at round 1, Kyalami, of course, this race, which is 75 minutes long. Then round 2 in Tilburg in the south of the Netherlands, which is a 105-minute race. Then we go over to Spa-Francorchamps for a 90-minute race in round 3. Then we stay in Belgium for the Circuit Zolder in round 4. Only an hour-long race. It's the shortest race on this calendar, alongside another round, which we'll get to. Then round 5, the longest race on the calendar. We go over to France to Circuit de la Sarthe, or aka Le Mans, for a 150-minute or 2.5-hour race. Is that Techno in the pits?
Techno is
Yes,
now
it is.
pitting.
Techno finally going into the pits. I'll resume my talking in a sec. My yapping about the calendar. But Techno, interesting to see. But I think, honestly, Gosha's got this win in the bag, pretty much. Maybe. We'll find out. Because Gosha's surely going to pit again. But I'm just interested to see. Yeah, you know what? Around a 40-second gap. Techno could still win this race, but I don't think he will. I think it's Gosha's to lose now.
Yeah.
Anyways. Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it might be, as Techno now exits out the pit lane, as now Techno has more fresher tires and more fuel than Gosha, so let's just see. Yeah.
Well, back to the calendar. Round 6 of 9 will be at the Silverstone circuit, also a 75-minute race, just like this one. Then we go to Italy for round 7, the third to last race, the Autodromo Imola. Only a 60-minute race. Alongside Zolder, it's the shortest race in the calendar. Gosha in the pit lane. So now that's going to be interesting. So Techno has pitted for the first time, and a lap later, Gosha pits for the second time. I'll be interested to see where does Techno... where is Techno in all of this? Where does Gosha come out? Techno's a long way behind, though.
Look now back to... Yeah, it's now gonna get to that. Here comes Gosha out of the pit lane.
Yeah,
now coming out.
Yellow flags. Yeah, Gosha's got this win in the bag, you could say.
Yeah, but it's not over yet. 34 minutes to go.
There's I Keep Getting, who was in the battle for the lead on the opening lap, but now he's a lap down.
That is very sad to see. Getting lapped by the leader.
Oh, we got a spin.
Half spinner.
We've got a car round at the end of turn 5. And I think that's a Rapids Corsa. Drifting Flames. Oh, he drifted a bit too much. And now he's round. Sideways on the track.
Yeah.
Was that beefed? I'm not sure.
No, Beefed is moving the car as it's being stranded there for the past few laps. Yeah, as I Keep Getting spins around. So talk about the Beefed curse. As Beef steps into a car, his driver proceeds to spin the car.
So round 7, Imola, 60 minutes. So alongside Zolder, it's the shortest race on the calendar. Then round 8 at the Suzuka circuit in Japan, 75 minutes, just like this race. And then the season finale in Cordoba, Argentina, a 90-minute race, a 90-minute finisher. But and he's spun round, and the home hero round into the barrier. His front bumper will surely be a bit damaged because of that.
Yeah, I thought that was Gosha for a second, but it is not. I got too excited there.
The 88 Lunario Factory Racing round, but manages to keep it. I think he's kept his position as well. Gaps are that big now.
Yeah, as Green seems to be having a little bit of technical difficulties with the GUI of the tires being on his screen, so he's blinded by those very smexy looking PNGs.
Oh my god.
So technical difficulties for the Zen car, and I hope they get that fixed soon.
So Oh my god. So for the people interested in the schedule, we just had the calendar, but for this season, it's a very different schedule to most leagues. It's quite interesting. On Thursday at 8 p.m. GMT, the practice opens, so drivers can get their practice in, of course. That's 9 p.m. Central European time. Then on Saturday, so practice is open for pretty much the entirety of Friday, 3 p.m. GMT, a 20-minute qualifying session, followed by hyperpole qualifying, where the top 8 goes through and just goes mad. And then on Sunday, 3 p.m. GMT, is the feature race, aka this one. So at 4 p.m. Central European time, the main event, the race. And then afterwards, a 5-minute post-race tickets open, which I'll ask Hera what that means in a moment. And then on Wednesday, so the day before the Thursday of the next round, 3 p.m. GMT, a stewards meeting. Before at 4 to 5 p.m. GMT, the stewards release their verdict. So basically the result almost.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah,
please explain the tickets for the... Because even I don't know what that is. Alright. Thank you very much. Here's the standings currently. Gosha leads by 9.3 seconds over Technoplayer. Then Crocs Enthusiast, the home hero, from Volt, 1:07 behind the leader. Green, I keep getting Real the Real. Who's that one? TMP? I don't know. But basically, the top 9 is still in the race.
Yeah. As I keep getting has a drive-through penalty. But the person who was fighting for the lead at the start of the race now has to do a
And I think I see him in the
penalty.
pits.
And also, and he looks like he's going to do a driver swap. So here is the first driver swap on live. And Beefed and I keep getting, they have now both driver swapped.
Let's
I keep
look.
getting gets out the car.
I keep getting. I don't think we can see him, but here is a battle. Is this battle for position? I think it is.
Beefed comes out of the pit lane to resume what I keep getting had.
Here he comes out the pit lane, and this is the first, not the first ever, I think, but the first driver swap on camera. Beefed goes in to replace I keep getting, and especially for the longer races, that this is going to be something that you'll see quite a bit.
Yeah. As Green's funny GUI still hasn't gone away, so he might have to retire from the race, as I don't think that's what Zen really wanted to happen to one of his cars. But as the GUI doesn't go away, he might have to pull over.
Well, it's been a very exciting at times opener.
As
Not much happening.
Closed that gap to 6 seconds between him and Gosha.
Ooh, could we see a battle for the lead?
Maybe we could, as Techno has gone a second, almost a second quicker than GUI. Yeah, it could be.
There are tire compounds?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, makes sense.
As now this is gonna get spicy.
Yeah.
Gosha in the old set of tires
This could be very
versus
interesting.
Techno in the fastest softs.
But surely then Techno will have to pit again.
He might have to unless he can thug it out with 27 minutes to go.
Yeah, maybe, maybe not. Who knows? But what we do know is that Techno, he's pushing hard. The gaps are going to be very important to look at. Gosha across the line, then it's Techno. Has he gained time? 5.7.
The gap is coming down.
He's gained about half a second.
He's gaining half a second per lap. As this is what I like about endurance racing. You do not need to count the laps. You need to think about the time. Because remember, after the clock turns 000, we have one extra lap. So that means they have to do one more lap.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess everyone understood that already. No, but what I like about endurance racing though is that nothing can be happening. You're getting bored, and then all of a sudden, a battle might start. Especially when in that scenario, it's a battle for the lead.
Yep.
There's the Vertigo Alps Porsche of Volt.
Yeah, as Green has now retired from the race because of technical difficulties with the GUI, so that's one Zen car out.
67 Zen Motorsports out of this race.
That is very unlucky for the Zen car, but right now the other Zen car has to now fight for the points for the Constructors' Championship as the gap is 5.7. Techno really eating that time out of Gosha. And the gap is now 5.1, so
yeah, he's gaining about 6 tenths a lap.
Yeah, this last lap was a 134.8, Gosha's was a 135.2, as the gap is starting to balance itself out a little bit, but you cannot never say. Crocs third, and this is what the times are right now. Gosh first, Techno second, Crocs third, and Volt fourth. As I'll be very surprised if that Vertigo Alps car can catch up to the P3 and get a podium away from the home hero.
I don't think he can. I think it's a bit too... Well, it's not too late, of course. We've still got, 25 minutes left in this race, or just under. So, but the gap is huge. He's really going to have to put in a massive push if he wants to get that podium. Which I'm sure he's going for.
Yeah, that's the thing about endurance racing and almost every single racing league. You need to be more consistent than worrying about your own pace. As there is beefed his team boss and the person who got driver swapped from I Keep Getting. What a username that is.
Shall I what's the gap actually for the lead?
It's 4.6 now.
4.6 seconds, it's getting closer. Here is Volt in the Vertigo Alps Porsche, getting past his boss, who subbed in a few good 10-15 minutes ago for the main number 22 driver I Keep Getting. Beefed has now been lapped by Volt. The Vertigo Alps Porsche has just been lapped by the Vertigo Alps Porsche.
Yep, 23 minutes remain. And the drivers' nerves are probably going to be a little bit higher now, as the clock is... It's like a...
They're going to be what? They're going to be higher?
Yeah,
what are they going to be on?
Not on track, but their adrenaline is going to be running very high right now, because that clock is going to be ticking and ticking. And when you race in endurance race, that's like the most menacing thing ever you can think of, is that you can think at the back of your head, it's that clock constantly ticking down. And once the clock ticks down, less time you have to catch up. As Tekno was a little bit light there.
On board with Gosha. Yep, we were on board with the 51 Lunario Factory Racing. Now, the gaps are going to be crucial here. 3.8 seconds. Time is being gained more and more for Tekno, and now we could very well see a battle for the win. Only question is, will Tekno have to pit?
Yep.
This is going to be amazing.
This is going to be amazing as the gap is ticking down. It's ticking down as Zen, the team boss, wants to swap with Green. He wants to take over the 67, but I do not really know if he can really gain out of it by swapping this late in the race, as he's going to be several laps down.
Man, what a battle we could be seeing.
3.8 now. Tekno is hungry, and this version of Tekno, where he's chasing you down, is the scariest thing you can have. Because Tekno, when he chases you, he wants to pass you, and this is what I've wanted to see.
Well, kind of obvious. Kind of obvious.
But this is what I've waited for, to see this version of Tekno. The man who will chase you down and pass you with no remorse. And just like that one Oscar Piastri quote when he explained Max Verstappen, it's not that when he will how long is it going to take for him to pass you, it's when. And Tekno is the equivalent of that, when is he going to pass. As the gap is 2.5, so he is really eating up that lap time.
Looking at Tekno right now, the gaps are just getting closer. It's 2.5. This is what endurance racing is all about. This is why, for anyone who is interested in getting into road racing endurance, this is the league for it.
Yeah,
really is.
And Vel is now retiring because of the same things that retired Green of the GUI, but that will be fixed for round 2, ladies and gentlemen.
So problems, connection-wise, meaning we're gonna have multiple retired cars. Now, Gosha has to get past a lapped driver, which means could this hold the Lunaria that's beefed? Actually, he's getting past. Could that hold the 51 Lunario Factory Racing car up? I don't think so.
I don't think so, but it would have maybe caused a little bit of a distraction, as the gap is now coming closer and closer.
It's gonna be so good.
It's gonna be so good.
20 minutes left
to go.
Yeah,
20 minutes to go. We're not even anywhere near the end of the race, and this is turning to a final lap battle almost.
It's
gonna be a battle that's gonna be cooking for the next 18 minutes.
But it's still interesting. Even if Tekno gets past Gosha in the coming few laps, Gosha's still probably the favourite to win it, because Tekno's on softs. So, depending on how it goes, Tekno might still need to pit again. But it's going to be very interesting to see what happens here.
He might need to, but so far, it is looking like Tekno is just he's a man on a mission. And there's nothing that can stop him. Even if those softs do die, he's still going to be using that soft tires as grip to his advantage. But will they pit again? I am not sure. They could, but let's see how this now will go as they're coming towards the hairpin. The gap is getting closer and closer, and I feel like Gosha is slowly but surely starting to feel that pressure of Tekno putting incredible laps in, as Gosha still has the fastest lap even after all this pushing by Tekno.
I think though, Tekno goes wide. Even if Tekno will have to pit but stays out, unless he crashes, Techno at the very least has second. That's pretty
Yeah.
much confirmed. But it's the battle for the win. But so Techno thinking, okay, I'm going to get good points anyways. I might as well try and go for the victory.
Yeah. As the gap is 1.6 now.
Oh, man, oh man,
It is turning into a hell of a race.
this is unbelievable.
It
I
is.
can't believe what I'm witnessing. But I sure hope you guys watching are excited. This is really something else.
As Gosha goes a little bit wide there, so he might be feeling that pressure of Techno closing in on him, slowly but surely reeling him into his paws, and then just crushing him completely as Gosha's going wide, and so is Techno.
Oh, man, the pressure's really getting to these guys. This is unbelievable. Don't take your eyes off of this. If you blink once, you're going to miss it all. And that's really saying something for a 75-minute endurance race. But Techno is going for it. Past the rowracing.com sponsor boards.
As the lap times, I'm looking at the lap times right now, they have equaled, so it looks like Techno's tires are starting to die out as both are on the 35 lap times. The other one is just a tenth slower, so Techno might have pitted a few laps too late, but let's just see how this race spans out. 1.6 was the gap, 1.8 this time around.
Ooh, so Gosha's gain time. I did feel like Techno made a mistake or two that lap, though.
He might have made a mistake. Yeah, he did make a few mistakes here and there, but I do want to say those tires are starting to die out.
Oh, yeah, and the attempt at a chase for victory might be over before it really got to the end.
Let's just see how it goes. It's not truly over yet.
He is going wide at so many places, though. He might get a penalty in the end for this. You never know. I think for Gosha, it's probably going to be a mistake that'll do it.
Yeah,
really.
But both can still afford CCs. Both Gosha is on 30 CCs, Techno on 51. And remember, you need to have 85 CCs to get a drive-through penalty. So both of these drivers can still afford to go off the track a few times before they really have to lock in and say that I can't go off the track anymore, because if I do, it's going to be a drive-through penalty. As here is Vel, a backmarker Aston. Let's see if he can juice the race a little bit up by holding up the other Aston Martin.
So, a lapped driver getting overtaken by the leader. When have we heard that one before?
Way too many times this race. Ooh, Techno getting a little bit close to that wall there.
And now the gap is going to be crucial. 2 seconds.
2.0.
This is a crucial moment for Techno, and I think those tyres are starting to die out here. The Audi losing time the last 2 laps. I haven't been saying that for a while.
Yep. Well, Techno's last lap was a 136.3. Gosha's was a 135.9. So those tires are now coming towards Gosha's favor.
And this is going to be a really big moment here. Techno pushing as hard as he can, but I don't even think the lap traffic may have helped him in this battle.
Here comes
to get Gosha past Volt in the Vertigo Alps Porsche, past Val in the Aston Martin.
The gap looks so much closer than it did before. Let's see.
Oh yeah, it really does. That might be a second. Oh! Spin from Techno! Round he goes! Loses the rear over the gravel!
As the tires are, I think, now done.
And the chase for the victory is over. Techno.
Yeah, that is a very silly mistake, but that is, I guess, a mistake that happens when you're going too fast. And there he is again.
And Techno's gone off again. That is, he's going to have to settle for second.
he might have to settle for second or pit for new tires and see what he can do with 12 minutes to go. Yeah, which is just. Yeah, that is very impressive. And yeah, the gap is now 13.5. The same gap as it was when he exited the pit lane on those new soft tires. As I think Techno might have to call it wraps and box for those new tires. Because you don't want to risk. I mean, he is ahead of P3, but you don't want to have silly mistakes of losing that P3.
Yeah, maybe it's smarter to just pit for another set of softs and run it to the end.
Yeah, I'd willing be, and maybe who knows, Gosha might.
What's the time to third? Third still hasn't gotten over the line yet. He's nearly halfway through the track. Here's Crocs Enjoyer, or Crocs Enthusiast, sorry. The home hero crossing line 1 minute and 6 behind teammate Gosha. It's really looking like a good day for the Lunario factory boys, but this is definitely enough of a gap for Techno to pit and stay in second.
Talking about pitting, Gosha also pits.
Oh, and it hits the wall!
So it looks like Gosha wants to bully Techno, and now Techno says that the tires are feeling dead out of the blue all of a sudden.
But so we're looking at the pit stop for Gosha. Is Techno coming in?
Techno is not coming in.
But he hasn't reached that final corner yet either, so...
He's now reached it, passing it.
Oh, it's going to be close! But, I mean, it's not that risky for Gosha's end because he's got the tyres. But at least for the moment, Techno takes the lead of the 75 minutes of Kyalami.
Yeah, now Techno has to thug it out. 10 minutes to go whilst having Gosha all over your ass. It is not gonna happen, Techno. I am so sorry to say this, but with those dead tires, I do not simply see a win. It's only a matter of time when Gosha will pass Techno. But let's see, Techno. Yeah. Let's see if
this is a big moment. This is a really big moment.
It is a big moment. Let's see if Techno can.
Gosha could get past him here. Gosha might get past him here, down the inside, and yes, with 10 minutes remaining, Gosha takes the lead of the 75 minutes of Kyalami with only 10 minutes remaining. Sure, with such a long race, you'd think the gap would be huge, but no, they've stayed the same. They've stayed close, and now Gosha, he's got the lead. I think Techno spun.
Techno spun, yeah.
And a repeat of 5 minutes ago. Techno. So close, but so far.
Yeah, I want to say that's if Techno just box new tires and just go to the end. There's a 42-second gap.
Look how far Gosha is from Techno already.
Yeah, Techno's half spun again. So that's that for Techno. The tires are just so dead that he can't handle it. And he's still staying out. How is he? It's very risky. I don't know what's going through his mind.
We're gonna have to look at the gap between him and third. Between him and Crocs Enthusiast.
Yeah.
12. Oh, the gap's huge. He's got time to pit, definitely. But I feel like if he stays out, he'll still be fine as well.
Yeah, this is just unbelievable what has happened. It's such a... Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. If anyone's interested in racing here,
as a privateer, feel free. And you're also gonna have your own tent, but you don't need to pit in the tent. You can use the pit box. Had to make that clear. As it's 7 minutes to go, Techno's still staying out as the gap is 43 seconds. I will legit laugh if Crocs can take a carpet from Techno, take it under him, and go for P2 even. It'll be
Oh, that would be
really hilarious.
the battle for P2. That could be very interesting now.
And Techno keeps sliding about as I beg Techno just pit. He needs to pit, and he just stays out. He is doing a very risky strategy that is just weird. It worked in his favor when he was chasing Gosha down, but now it's starting to work against him.
Remember,
16 seconds.
Remember, for all the viewers, if you're interested in joining this league, go to join the Discord server. And if you're interested in knowing how, go to rowracing.com. Go to leagues, endurance, WSC will be there. Click on it. It'll give you an automatic invite to their Discord server, and then you can find everything out from there. Maybe join, maybe just be a viewer. Who knows? If you're interested in racing, watching, or stewarding, go to the Discord server on rowracing.com.
Yes. As we have 6 minutes to go of the Kyalami race, nothing interesting is happening as the fight for the lead was basically killed in a singular swing of a mistake by Techno, but it is what it is at this point. We're just gonna have to see what happens. Could be that as well, but yeah.
I think it's just safer to pit now, and if he does lose the position, then go for it and get past Crocs, because he is faster on fresh tyres than Crocs. So it could be just the safer option. Time's running out, and remember, time is important. And if you pit last minute, you're not going to have the time to gain back what you lost. He's 20 seconds behind Gosha. He's about 30 seconds in front of Crocs.
Could be, yeah. Let's just see how this goes.
Just looking at the 701 Zen Motorsports.
The gap is 20
Audi.
seconds between Crocs. So it could happen, unironically, that Techno might get... Yeah.
It's time. Go on the proper feed. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. We need to get that fixed for next round.
What?
Oh, Val spun round.
Yeah, it's laggy as hell.
Wait, can you try bonnet real quick? Let's see what that working. We should have a proper on board. "25 seconds is the gap between first and second." But I think... Yeah, I think he doesn't need to pit.
That's
It's
why
just...
It
would have... I don't think he's pushing for first, though. I think he's just driving to the end. Drive it home. He's got he's 25 seconds behind Gosha and 25 seconds in front of Crocs. Oh, and spin and a tap into the barriers.
Yeah.
It's 8-0. So he's in the Lunario factory sandwich, 25 seconds behind Gosha, 25 seconds in front of Crocs Enthusiast. And if he keeps making those mistakes, he won't even be in that sandwich anymore. He'll be behind. But with 2.5 minutes remaining in a 75-minute race, surely the home hero, the South African Crocs Enthusiast, can't get to Techno in time.
It is not yet as of least. Techno 33 seconds behind. 2 minutes to go as Techno has really taken the tragedy.
It's
Really
the end of the
far.
race. It's not nighttime at Le Mans.
It is not. We are not taking turns on them, but
Oh, the if they oh no, if you're watching this at 3 in the morning and they say you can't have cake, the next best thing is heroin. I love that. I think I was watching it as well. Just over a minute left in this 75-minute thriller. It's been a really good race. And in the end of it all, it's going to be this man, the 51 Lunario Factory Racing Aston Martin of Gosha, that's going to stand on top of the podium here in Kyalami in South Africa.
it could be.
It might be.
I mean,
I'm preparing for it. Although lap
It's
times
what-
maybe. Can I make next lap the last lap? I'll do my yap anyways. Gosha, he's been brilliant. He's been by far the best driver here today. And in Kyalami, as the clock ticks down, 15 seconds remaining, he's going to go to victory lane. Is this the last lap?
Yeah.
He's going to go to victory lane. One more sector remaining. And the pole man, the man who obliterated everyone, the field in hyperpole, is going to go to victory. He's going to be the first man in history to stand on top of the podium in the World Sportscar Championship here in Kyalami and take the early points lead. This is how you start a championship. It's victory for Lunario Factory. It's victory for Gosha at the 75 minutes of Kyalami. And it's a great day to be a Lunario Factory supporter, worker and driver.
And Gosha wins the race as Techno sadly has to settle for second place after trying and trying to get that win, but it is just
not possible.
It was impossible. The moment he spun and those tires started to die, that's when it all fell away as Bolt finishes P4 in the race, Crocs third. But what a race this has been. Truly a very good race, all I can say.
And so Techno, even with those tyre issues, he can settle for second, and he can be pretty happy with second. Great points and a great way to start your season. But it's third that will definitely be prideful with this one. It's a great day for the 51 Lunario, but it's also a great day for the 88 Lunario Factory Racing Crocs Enthusiast. The home hero in Kyalami, South Africa, takes the podium.
Yep, that is that. And the number 3 finishes his home race in third.
The number 88, you mean?
The number 88, yeah. But
there is no number 3. But it's the number 2 Vertigo Alps Porsche. That'll take fourth here. From Real to Real.
And here comes Zen in Green's car. 2 laps down, but still managing to thug it out. You never give up. Never give up. Yeah, I mean, he must be happy going against people like Gosh and Technocrocs, people who are, and other people who are very quick. And getting P4 out of all the chaos is really worth it.
Well,
And that is sure of a hell of a weapon to use against everybody.
well, it's fair to say this was a brilliant. Are we gonna have a podium or?
We do not have a podium built here, so we're gonna have to do it the real. I know South Africa is does it have enough money for a podium? I do not know, but in the Roblox universe, we do not have money enough for a podium. So
Come on.
we're gonna have to settle it the poor way. It's gonna be on the finish line.
Error. This will just be controversial. The end of Hera Foxy's
Oh no, I'm getting
commentator career.
I'm gonna get cancelled. Oh no.
Well, Gosha, I think I'm about to end the stream here. Then, thank you everybody. Thank you for the 98. Thank you to the 98 people that watched this very last-minute stream. This has been the 75 minutes of Kyalami. This has been round 1 of season 1, the first ever race of the World Sports Car Championship, the start of surely the new golden era of endurance racing in row racing. 3 huge, big endurance championships, and you can find them all on rowracing.com as well. I've been KNGP. A few of you guys are probably already subscribed to me, but for the ones who aren't, subscribe, because then you can watch some brilliant YouTube videos, commentary videos, whatever you want to call them. It's goodbye from me, it's goodbye from Hera Foxy, it's goodbye from Paradox. This was the opening round of the World Sports Car Championship. Gosha wins. Crocs enthusiast at home gets his podium. It's a great day for the Lunario Factory Racing. The great day for the number 51. We'll see you next time for the 105 minutes.